In this video, we're going to use the law of cosines to solve a side angle side triangle. It says find the missing side length and the angles of A, B, C, given that angle B is 34, A is 15, and C is 21. Well, let's write what the law of cosines is. So I'm just going to kind of set these down here at the bottom. And we have a couple of different versions for the law of cosines. The original version says c squared equals a squared plus b squared. Obviously, that's close to the Pythagorean theorem, right? Minus 2ab cosine c. And the other two versions are just for the other side lengths, but very similar equations. Now, they ask us to find b here, and they give us, this is side A, this is side C. So we know a and c. If we go down here, we can see b squared equals a and c. We also know angle B, which is 34 degrees. So we're going to be using this b squared equals a squared plus c squared minus 2ac cosine b formula. So if I start using that, I say b squared is equal to a squared, which in our case is 15 squared, plus 21 squared, minus 2 times 15 times 21, cosine of b, which is 34 degrees. Make sure you're in degree mode when you go to evaluate this, by the way. I'm going to take the square root of the right side, so I end up with b is equal to the square root of 15 squared plus 21 squared minus, I'm going to take this 2 times 15 times 21 in the calculator quick, so I just have more room. So it's minus 630 cosine 34 degrees. Let's plug all that in the calculator. So 15 squared plus 21 squared minus 630 cosine 34. I'm in degree mode. Should be good. I get 11.99. 11.99 for my b value, which really rounds up. If we look at this, it's going to round up to 12, so we're going to be using this 12.0 number. That kind of rules out these two answers, the 11s. Those ones are gone, so I'm going to cross those out. These could not work. So we get 11.99, which is 12 for b. Let's write that in here. Now, we want to find the other angles. So to find the other angles, let's use the law of cosines again. Now we have all the sides, so we can use any of these law of cosines to figure this out. So to find the other angle, let's go ahead and let's find angle A first. So if we're going to find angle A, we're going to use a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cosine a. So we're going to say a squared, which we know a is to be 15 squared, is equal to b squared, which is 12 squared, plus c squared, which is 21 squared, minus 2 times b, which is 12, times c, which is 21, and we have cosine a here. So we're going to end up having to use the cosine inverse to find a. Before we do that, we need to subtract everything over and divide. So we'll subtract the 12 squared and the 21 squared over. We get 15 squared minus 12 squared minus 21 squared is equal to negative 2 times 12 times 21 cosine a. Let's divide negative 2, 12, and 21 across. So we end up with, and let's multiply those together. 2 times 12 times 21, that's negative 504. So we get 15 squared minus 12 squared minus 21 squared all over negative 504. It's equal to cosine A. And then we're going to do the inverse on each side. So we have cosine inverse of, and I'm going to go ahead and put in 15 squared minus 12 squared minus 21 squared. I get negative 360 over negative 504 is equal to A. So then I end up with cosine inverse of, if I take that and divide the negatives, I get 360 over 504 is what A would be. We put that in the calculator. Get 44.4 degrees, which kind of gives away which answer this is. This is the top answer here. Now we could find C to be 106. Let's go ahead and write that in there. So this is A is, this would be 44.4 degrees. If I want to find angle C, I take angle C. And that's going to equal 180 degrees minus angle B minus angle C, angle A. And angle C would equal 180 minus 44.4 minus 34, and you get 101.6. And that's how you use the law of cosines to evaluate a side angle side triangle.